The year began with a storm that appeared over the capital of Venezuela, Caracas. The lightning struck not by Zeus, but by the US Air Force 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment and 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment. As quickly as they came, so quickly they were gone, and Venezuela's president together with them. Maduro was detained, and then the time came for tankers. Throughout January, the United States seized 5 Venezuelan oil tankers in the Caribbean Sea and Atlantic Ocean. As Russia's war against Ukraine continued, the Russians and Ukrainians exchanged strikes on their energy infrastructure, with nightly sky on both sides often glowing blue from impacts on energy objects. It was a stalemate on the battlefield as well as on the diplomatic front, with talks on more settlement making little to no progress. There was little diplomacy on the streets of Iran, though, where masses of Iranians took to protest against the Ayatollah regime. There were scenes of hope and brutality. As violent crackdown by Iranian security forces ensued. Per various reports, thousands of demonstrators have been killed, and the eyes of US President Trump have turned to Iran, and the warnings have been issued to Ayatollahs.
Look, we're watching it very closely. If they start killing people like they have in the past, I think they're going to get hit very hard by the United States.
And the killings have stopped, Trump declared.
We've been told that the in Iran is stopping. It's stopped. It's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or executions. So I've been told.
And the attention of the American leader turned to this huge chunk of Iceland in the north, called Greenland. Trump said America needs to have it, and will have it for national security, but the Europeans said no you won't, and this spat escalated. Through military movements, threats of tariffs, and tense meetings, finally a compromise appeared to have been made, and the crisis was averted, for the time being. But another crisis started to arise in Syria, a scarred land that went through so much suffering already. Syrian government forces have initiated a push into the areas controlled by Kurdish-led administration in northeastern Syria. Despite negotiations and attempted agreements, violence and armed clashes continued, and the threat of a larger conflict between Damascus government and Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces was real. But finally, a deal has been reached, and further integration of SDF-controlled areas with the state has been planned. And when the trouble was over Greenland and Syria, Trump has once again turned his eyes to Iran. And this time, by the look of it, he really means it, as a massive US military buildup is underway in the Middle East, and with some reports saying that he might go as far as to attempt to topple the regime. And as January is ending, this large-scale American military deployment around Iran appears to be in its final stages, and whether the trigger is going to be pulled, we will likely know soon.